no, probably don't remember, but it's okay. For my other speech, I really love to read. Books are like half my life, and I only own these 8. So, who in here has birthday cards from a year ago? Raise your hands. Who has birthday cards from 5 years ago? 10 years ago? All right, we have a lot of birthday cards. Who has more paper clips than they really need? Okay, we got a few paperclip people. Who has stuff in their house or their parents' house that they just don't use? Okay, that one I thought I'd get most of you. So I'm going to talk about the minimalist lifestyle and how you can fit it into the lifestyle you already have. So being a minimalist doesn't mean owning nothing. It means owning things deliberately and with purpose. So I got super into minimalism this summer. I know that doesn't seem very long, but when I get into stuff, I get really into stuff. I've watched all of the documentaries. I got rid of over half of my clothes. I got rid of most of my books. I did like the whole shebang. So I know what I'm talking about. I'm going to explain what I mean when I talk about minimalism and then give 3 concrete steps for how you can incorporate minimalism into your very own life. So, minimalism doesn't mean a ton of rules. It can apply to each person individually, and there are a lot of people who talk about it online and give it different definitions. So, an article in a journal of social sciences called In Search of a Good Life, The Appeal of Tiny Homes in the USA, defines minimalism has been described as a philosophy to intentionally eliminate excess things in order to live a simple life which places focus on items of importance and value. A different article gives the definition. This is Jason Rodriguez in his article, The U.S. Minimalist Movement, a Radical Political Practice, ? He summarizes the idea of minimalism as what constitutes a need varies from person to person. Minimalist practice takes diverse forms. For some, minimalism manifests as moving to a small house, going without a car, going without packaged food, a smartphone, the internet, etc. For others, it involves a constant process of decluttering or eliminating items deemed non-essential. For me, my definition is that the stuff you own is to use. There's no point for me in collecting items that I'm not using. So I reread these books all the time, which is why I own them. Other books I get at a library, and then I return them to the library. So the step 1 of becoming a minimalist is to decide what type of lifestyle you have. Look around and decide what things you need for your life. For example, when I moved back from New York, I got rid of all my winter clothes because I don't think I'm going to be back there very soon. But if you're the type of person who goes skiing 5 times a year, don't get rid of your winter clothes. That would be ridiculous. Another idea is if your collection of rare dolls with 3 eyes or stamps make you really happy, don't get rid of those. That's not minimalism. That's part of the lifestyle that you lead. It's all about you, basically. So the second step is pretty basic. It's to get rid of stuff. There are so many ways you can do this. There's the 90-90 challenge, where you get rid of anything you haven't used in the past 90 days. There's the 100 things challenge, which is kind of extreme, but it is a possibility. So Don Hewitt of the Washington Tribune interviewed Justin Salisbury, who actually did this challenge. He owns, and there's a list in the article, 7 polo t-shirts, 7 t-shirts, 1 dress-up set of clothes, a toothbrush, a high-end mattress, a Mac laptop, a small bag of tools, which he counts as one thing, and not a whole lot else. So this is something that some minimalists do, but you can definitely still count yourself a minimalist if you own more than 100 items, because that's a little bit severe. The idea is basically to look around at what you're using and keep that and get rid of things that are clutter, get rid of things that are causing stress unnecessarily in your life just by being in your place of residence and you're not using them. And step 3 is to stop buying things that you don't need. A couple of ways to do this, besides just literally not buying things, is borrowing things is really fun. If for some reason you decide that one random Sunday you need to make bread in order for your life to be complete, see if your neighbor has a bread machine. See if one of your cousins has one. You can still do things without owning things. Another amazing thing to do is men's stuff. The big retail places like Target want you to buy a new pair of jeans every year, but you can patch those holes really easily and they'll last forever. Basically, the point I'm trying to make is that minimalism doesn't mean living in a tent in the woods, and it doesn't mean depriving yourself of things. What it means is having the right amount of stuff for the life that you have.